Hello everyone. Today I want to share with you something very important. I am going to be showing you three cool browser tricks that you can use anywhere, anytime. So first things first is to open your DevTools console, and the shortcut for that is Control Shift I, right? Control Shift I, and the DevTools console you can toggle open and close. Control Shift I, right? And for people who are not shortcut friendly, basically just right click on the browser and any white space, just right click and click on inspect. That will do the same thing. It will open the browser console. Okay, so you need to go to the console tab on the DevTools console. Basically what you need to do is, the first thing is, I'm going to show you how to have you ever downloaded a template and you see there is a right to left and left to right versions of the application or the template or theme? So basically with one command you can do that from your console. Basically you need to type in document.dir. dir for this is short for direction. So basically I want you to look on the left hand side here. You're going to see the changes. So left to right is basically the default, so you're not going to see any noticeable changes. But for most languages like Arabic and all the languages that have a different format, which is right to left, the moment I click and hit and enter, basically the whole thing changes. Isn't that too cool? So basically this whole thing changes from left to right to right to left. So that's simple, right? So if you're ever creating a template or creating a theme, and you should be able to just write a simple JavaScript function that does that. So anyways, it's that simple. You don't have to kill yourself over this. If you want to return to the default, you just have to type in LTR, hit enter, and everything is back to normal. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is, sometimes you want to check out if a user is on a tab. So most times you might be wondering if my browser is compatible with any of this functionalities from the browser. So the web APIs are exposed, but if you need to know if your browser type is supported, just head on over to caniuse.com, and basically just type in the particular thing, and then you're going to see here. So for example, dir, if I type and hit enter, so you can scroll down and you can see here all major browsers are supported, right? All major browsers are supported, right? So that's how you know. Okay, you can see the browsers are supported, and you can see other information about this particular API here. So the document API dir is supported on all major browsers. Okay, now we're going to be looking into how to switch. So if you ever wanted to check a functionality where if a user is on a page, and if you're building an application, you want to check a functionality where a user is on a tab or they've moved to another tab, basically there is a simple DOM API for that as well. So like before, we're going to do Control Shift I, open our dev console, and basically the property for that, the API is visibility state, right? Visibility state. And if I type document the visibility state, I can see it's visible, right? It's either visible or hidden. So basically I'm on this tab, it's visible, right? So if I go away here and I type, there is no way I could basically type. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a simple animation here. Okay, this is a very cool animation we're going to do. So we're just going to basically log the same thing, right? If the document, that's basically this tab, is visible, I'm just gonna like pop this up so you can see it clearly, right? So if the tab is visible, okay, we're gonna run that every second, right? 1000 is a value in milliseconds, right? So every millisecond, every 1 second, basically we're gonna be running this particular function. So this is a function set interval. Basically what this does is a JavaScript function that starts an animation. So it loops every time until you tell it to stop, basically. So we're going to be logging every time the visibility state, let's see if I get the correct spelling, the visibility state of this particular page, right? So let's see how that works. Okay, so visible, 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 visible. All right, so we're gonna switch to a new tab, and let's just make sure we are spending at least 1 second here. And if we should switch back, we should see hidden, right? So see that it's visible now. The moment we switch back, we see visible. The moment we navigate away to a new tab, we can see that we're gonna have hidden. Then now we have visible. Okay, that's it. It's really cool. Okay, so that is the second one. Okay, so for this to stop, we're gonna have to basically refresh the page, because this animation is gonna continue over and over again till we ask it to stop. Okay, the last and very cool browser trick that you can do anytime, anywhere is, sometimes you might be working on a new website and then you are just trying to see how responsive your application is. And you know, when you're designing a website, designing a theme, there's basically something called layout shifting. Basically, that means how your application responds to different layout and viewport sizes. So sometimes you want to know how a bunch of text would look like. So for example, take for instance this text right here. It says enter new era of play on Immutable. What if we have more text here? How responsive would this layout look like? You want to know. So you know, a simple thing to do is, or the normal thing to do is to go back into your HTML source code and basically edit that, and then come here and refresh, depending on what type of frameworks you're using. Okay, so what we can do in this case is, instead of doing that, we could use the design mode. Basically, there is a API called design mode. So it's document, just like every other thing else. Document the design mode, right? And then we need to turn this on. You can either turn it on or off, right? This is a two-way function. You can either check it, or you can read or write to it. Okay, so right now it's off. Now we need to turn it on. I'm sure you really didn't know this. Let's make sure it's on, not 0. Okay, so now that it's on, guess what happens? Every single thing on this page is editable. Right now, every single thing on this page is editable. So if I put my cursor here, you can see that I can enter text in here directly and instantly see the changes and see how my website behaves in terms of responsiveness. Okay, so we can say enter an era of play on Immutable, which is super duper cool. Right now, this basically requires just us to directly edit the text and see the changes, which is really nice. So you see how well your website basically responds to different layout shifts. So that is really nice. Every single thing, like I said, every single thing should be editable, I think. Oh, okay, this section right here is not editable. Okay, but most things here are, like the discover part. Yeah, even this, I think this text here, everything can be editable now, you know. So basically, which is really nice. I find this very useful whenever I'm working on a new website and I just wanted to do a few changes on the go. So anyways, I hope this has been very helpful for you guys, and like anything else, you can go over here and just check if this is supported on your browser. And yes, it is supported on most browsers, right? It is supported on major browsers. And yeah, if it isn't supported, basically you could just download most of these browsers are free. Chrome, Chromium, Firefox, Edge, most of these browsers are free. You can download whichever one is supported. And in the future videos, I'm going to be sharing some other cool tricks that you can do, and a new software that I just found out that can help you do so many very cool things. I hope this video has been very helpful. If it was, leave a like, leave a comment, share with your friends, follow and subscribe. Thank you so much, and see you in the next one.